And now for the last three films in the Columbia Classics 4K collection. Jerry Maguire, Gandhi, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Now, I'll have to admit, I also watched these on a different player. The first three I watched on my LG player. It's an LG UPK M9. I think it's crapped out on me though. I haven't been able to clean it, unfortunately. Maybe someone could. Maybe I could get someone to. But right now, what I'm using is my Samsung. It's a Samsung M9500, and I don't think it's quite as good. I've seen some other movies lately, and they've looked beautiful. So it might just be the fact that these ones, they're the smallest upgrade from their standard Blu-ray counterparts. Like Jerry Maguire, it looks fine. It looks good. You pop in the regular Blu-ray, you can see a difference. It's fairly minimal, but you can see a difference. The 4K makes it a bigger picture, a more detailed picture, but ultimately, it just kind of seems a bit brighter. So Gandhi. Now this looked really nice too. I'm not going to get into too much detail about them because, like I said, they don't have the biggest upgrade from the standard Blu-rays. So I think the biggest selling points should be, Lawrence of Arabia, Dr. Strangelove, and A League of Their Own for sure. And then Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. This one, again, minimal upgrade from the standard Blu-ray, which I actually watched first. As I mentioned, I didn't see this in 4K until I got my 4K TV. But there are a lot of things I do want to talk about. For instance, the features on this one. I like the features on this one. This one has a lot of deleted and extended scenes, and it's really nice to watch those because then you can see just how good it was in the final cut. Because we all know Cameron Crowe's great with music. He's brilliant with music. I think the scene when Jerry and Dorothy they just had their first date, and then they're on the porch, and the acoustic version of Junk is playing is just a brilliant move. But the deleted and extended scenes. So, for instance, when Jerry is he's talking to Cush and his dad. It's at the big event. It's after he's left Rod, and he picks up the phone. Doesn't know who it is, and it's Bob Sugar. And he doesn't say anything. Bob Sugar just says sniff if Jerry's there. So he does, and he just sort of listens to what Bob Sugar is saying. Now, in the extended version, of course, you would expect this to be the case. Bob Sugar talks a little bit longer, says a few more things, and then Jerry says no comment, and then we hear Bob Sugar hang up the phone, and then Jerry hangs up the phone. But in the movie, the final cut of the movie, he hangs up the phone, Bob Sugar does, and then Jerry says no comment, and then we just get some lingering shots, and then he hangs up the phone. Much more brilliant piece of editing, because now he's just sort of lingering on this new information, He doesn't quite get it yet, I don't think, which is too bad, because he still asks Cush's dad to sign something. But that is a really, really good show of how masterful the editing is. And then you've got some other scenes like between him and Kelly Preston. And there's also a feature on here which I really liked. It was a 45-minute radio interview with Cameron Crowe by Alec Baldwin, which I thought was quite fun. It was, I don't know if it was incredibly insightful, but he tells some really funny stories. Really fun stories. And then with Gandhi, there's, a lot of standard little featurette features on this. They're fairly short, all about 10 minutes or so, probably, maybe, 15, but they're all about less than 20 minutes. And the only long feature on Gandhi is on the bonus DVD that comes with this set. This set comes with a bonus DVD that it has a feature on it called Mr. Attenborough and Mr. Gandhi. I wasn't really paying attention at the time, to be honest, but it was definitely longer than all of these featurettes, I'll tell you. And it also has a feature on it called 50 Years of Columbia. It's from their birthday celebration, but it's just a clip show. And I think that's kind of disappointing that they only put on a couple of features. But just to get one more long feature from Gandhi is nice. And then with Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, did I watch any of this stuff? I watched some of this stuff. It's fairly basic, but I didn't watch all of it. It's all fairly short, but there is an audio commentary by Frank Capra's son that should be relatively interesting to look at. Anyway, so those are all 6 films that are in this, and this set is actually back in stock now. You can go on Amazon. It isn't in the store, I don't believe, anywhere, but you can go on Amazon. It's like $100. I think it's a little bit less than what it was. You're still gonna have to pay shipping and tax, and so it'll probably end up being about as much as what I paid for this. But you do get the digital copies, which if I cared about that, I would have waited for it to be back in stock. I wouldn't have bought this, because 4K digital copies, I'll take them when I have them, like for Psycho and Jaws and some others that I have. But unless even if you're watching on your TV, actually, I don't know if it's as worth it. But I'm not going to get into why, but anyway, so yeah, this is back in stock. I'd recommend picking it up. Highly recommend picking it up, especially for this. I'm touting A League of Their Own because it's a really great movie. It's probably also the only movie in this set, no matter how great Lawrence of Arabia and Dr. Strangelove are, that I could watch pretty much on a loop. I could watch it, and then I'm going to want to watch it again right after that. All right, so I'd recommend picking this up. And there you go. There's all 6. It's an incredibly good buy. Okay, thank you very much.